What's up, YouTube? It's the Action Figure Grader, also known as John, coming back to you with another figure review. And we got a triple dose of Hooded Cobra Commander today. That is right, as you guys, for any of you who've actually been watching my videos, you know that I got a Collector Archive Services shipment in yesterday, and one of those was a highly sought after mail-away figure from 34 years ago, the 1984 Hooded Cobra Commander. It was his first appearance as an action figure. He appeared in the comics as well as on the cartoon with this hood to replace his original very shiny chrome dome. And it's an awesome figure. I absolutely loved it. I had it as a child. I always wanted that hood to come up so I could see what Cobra Commander's face looked like. It was so mysterious to me. I remember trying to peel off this kind of rubberized hood that he wears to see if they actually molded on a face, but I just ended up destroying my action figure, unfortunately. But I finally decided to go ahead and get a new one. I found one still sealed in the original poly bag that it was mailed in back in 1984. It was a great deal. I think I got it for like 50 or 60 bucks at an auction format, and it looked like it was in near mint condition. You obviously don't know what kind of grade you're going to get until you actually submit the figure. And there's been a couple of AFA graded ones for sale, but they were really expensive. I'm talking like $200 or $300. And so I had about 60 bucks invested in this thing, and it was still in a poly bag, so I sent it off to CAS for my first order. And as you can see, it returned to me in a pristine, beautiful acrylic case with the gun mounted separately and the file card also mounted. And it got a fantastic grade. And so let's take a closer look at it so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But this is definitely one of the most iconic figures from the early G.I. Joes. And I'm sorry again about the glare. We got yet more rain here, believe it or not. It's just crazy how much rain we have. But look at him. He is awesome. He's got gold trim with a nice red belt buckle. I love the red shirt underneath his blue uniform. The classic Cobra colors. The big, beautiful, bright, perfectly non-scratched Cobra logo there on his chest. He's got gold with a gold dagger right there on his thigh, you know, gold straps. Just an awesome figure. Black boots, and he's got kind of a stirrup thing going on with his pants pulling down below the boot level. But just an awesome, awesome figure. You can see the face sculpt there. You know, this is an O-ring style figure, so it's got the kind of the rubber band on the inside, and AFA did a great job of encasing him, so if that rubber band ever does fall apart, it should hopefully hold together. We'll see, but you know, you can see around his knees there, they put a piece, and you know, it's got J-hook style braces around his shoulder, so it'll hopefully keep that together for a nice long time. You can see his pistol there. That is mounted separately, which is what CAS does for all accessories. And Action Figure Authority, AFA, has now copied to do their own style cases. And then we got the file card here. Absolute power, total control of the world, its people, wealth, and resources. That's the objective of Cobra Commander. And you can see the rest of his file card there. I'll keep it here for a second so you can take a look at it. But very, very cool. You can see at the top there, it says 1984 Hasbro Industries. So this was made 34 years ago. Cobra Commander is hatred and evil personified, corrupt, a man without scruples, probably the most dangerous man alive. So very, very cool. The other interesting thing here is if you look at his weapon, now hopefully it'll come through, but you can see a little node right there on the weapon. That actually hooks into his backpack, or into his back. And so that way you could hold the weapon on his back if you wanted to, and it's got a nice slot there that holds the weapon in. But an absolutely gorgeous figure. And there's the back of the file card. I love how they encased that there. Very cool. But yeah, that weapon does mount to his back, which was kind of unique. And you can see the copyright information there on Cobra Commander's buttocks, his rear end. You can see some sonic welds there on the back of his legs there, so that probably hurt the grade a little bit, just given that there are some, you know, sonic weld marks there. But nevertheless, it still came back with a fantastic score. 1984 Hasbro G.I. Joe Series 3 mail order exclusive Hooded Cobra Commander, red back file card. It's got the hologram number there, and then CAS's website. It came back with an 86.7 or an 85 near mint plus score. Just absolutely perfect, and I could not be any happier with it. And then I wanted to... the two other modern figures that I have not shown you guys yet, that you see behind it, these are the San Diego Comic-Con exclusives. Really nice figures. They had two variants for them. Basically, it was the Hooded Cobra Commander imploring his troops, or imploring whoever's listening to his speech, to join Cobra and add to his legions. And they did two different versions of him. They did a Hooded Cobra Commander in a black business suit, and then they did kind of a very leisurely yacht club, golf club Cobra Commander wearing a blue suit along with tan khaki pants. And so I'll show you the black suited version first. I tend to prefer this one since it looks a little more professional and kind of more in keeping with his personality. But here he is. Very cool figure. It comes with like a podium and a microphone. It's got the Cobra logo on like the flag that drapes over it. Very, very cool. And you can see here where it's up in the corner where it's got San Diego Comic-Con International. Very cool. But he's wearing his black suit, as I'll turn it to the side here so you can see it. It's got a full black business suit. I think the only thing that would have made this cooler is if they had made it a blue suit to match the color of his hood. I thought that would have been pretty cool, but for whatever reason, they decided to go with black. And here's the grading on this one. This is a 2000 and, I can't read very well, 2008 Hasbro G.I. Joe SDCC-Exclusive Cobra Commander black suit. Came back with a 9.0, so an awesome grade. This is one that I had graded maybe 3, 4, 5 months ago, and he turned out great. And I bought him ungraded on eBay, and it turned out fantastic. Here's the back of the card. You know, just shows a picture from the comics, 2008 convention exclusive, and it also does have his file card, so that's kind of cool. And it's a different file card than the vintage one, but very cool figure. And then at the same time, you know, usually when Hasbro releases Comic-Con exclusive figures, they tend to produce two variants. So, for example, they did Cobra Commander, as you see here, in his black and his bluish sport jacket, which I'll show you in a second. They also did Destro's, I believe, in 07, with a silver-headed version and then a Pimp Daddy gold-headed version. I've got the silver-headed version already graded. The Pimp Daddy gold-headed version should be arriving around Christmas time, back from AFA. So I'm going to wait to talk about those. Zarana, Zartan's sister, a Dreadnought. They had a classic pink style outfit from her vintage line. And then they also did a Cold Slither rock band kind of black outfit for her. Both of those are extremely expensive figures. Those are the ones. Oh, I know. Argent Slaughter is another one. They did two different versions of Argent Slaughter where his accessories and the muscle shirt that he's wearing are different. There's a Triple T version as well as a USA decor. I've got one of the two of those. Those are the ones I can think of off the top of my head, but usually when Hasbro releases a G.I. Joe figure at San Diego Comic-Con, they always do two versions, so that's kind of cool. Oh, the other one I can think of, I don't know why I didn't think of this, but Jinx, the G.I. Joe Ninja Intelligence Officer. If you go back on my channel, you'll find that I did a full review of both of those. I have both of those graded. She came in a red and a white outfit. I can't believe I forgot about those. I have both of those figures. So that's 4 now that I can think of. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 figures. There's 5 different figures I can think of where they made 2 different versions. So I've made it a kind of a hobby of mine to collect those, but I'm still missing one of the Sergeant Slaughters and then both Zaranas. But not bad, not bad. I've got many of them. So and then let's end this video with a look at the other version. This is the blue sport coat kind of leisure version. You can see here he's got a little kind of logo on his jacket there, like a little red kind of emblem on his blue sport jacket. That blue matches the blue hood. So, I wish they had done a blue with blue pants for the other version, but I guess they wanted to go black with it. But this one has blue with the tan khakis. And it's kind of like a sporty, Cobra Commander in his spare time type thing. And I just thought that was you know, it's okay. I mean, I'm glad I have it just to have both variants, but I don't like this one nearly as much as the black suit variant. But, you know, otherwise it's basically the same figure. And let's take a quick look at the grading. It's a 2008 SDCC-Exclusive blue suit. So, and this also came back with a 9.0. So I got both of those graded at the same time. They both came back with 9s, which I was happy about. And then, you know, we have the vintage version to go along with it. So I consider my Hooded Cobra Commander collection now done. I don't think there's any others that I really want. I mean, I've got the 25th anniversary carded version, which is not really worth anything. I've got that mounted on my slanted wall that has about 100 figures on it. So I've got that one. I didn't bother pulling them down since I've got 3 here that are graded, but those are the ones that I have. And I don't think there's anything else really that I plan on collecting with regard to the Hooded Cobra Commander variants. But anyway, I just thought since I had this CAS vintage figure come back in, and it came back with such a great grade, I thought we'd knock out all 3 of them in one video. Thanks again for watching, and I'll be back soon.